employU is a nonprofit employment service. We're contracted with the Department of Vocational Rehabilitation to help persons with disabilities become employed. When vocational rehabilitation is there for anybody that has a disability that makes it difficult for them to either get or keep a job. Students between the ages of 15 and 22, our transitions program is there to provide education in classroom settings where we teach them how to do resumes, how to find jobs, how to apply to jobs, but also how to present themselves in interview.
The goal of the Transitions program is to prepare students to be effective in the workforce, not only as employees, but just as people who believe in themselves and are full of self-confidence. In our pre-placement training classes, we like to have small groups of students get together to become as prepared as possible for the workforce. So we're not only teaching them hard skills such as interview skills and how to interact with managers, but we're also teaching them how to believe in themselves. By the time I work with them for a few hours, I'm usually able to get them to leave saying like, oh my gosh, I'm so good at this job, I know I can do anything, and it's really cool sense that they can do anything that they set their mind to.
Well, my experience coming here first time, I was nervous. I didn't want to come because it's on the weekend and just want to relax. But once I got through it, I was able to see that it's very beneficial for me.
I was all the time really shy, and this has really helped me to kind of come out of my comfort zone.
The things we're doing here, other kids, they don't get the training like we get, so we're kind of privileged that we get this kind of training, so we should take advantage of it.
Working with my job coaches, I have to say it was like having 3 different kinds of moms. You have the mom that's fun and carefree, but then you've also got like the mom who really takes care of you, and then you've also got the mom who is a little bit strict but has a good strong sense.
All of our staff here at employU are passionate about what we do. We love seeing success, and we love seeing that we're changing lives.
employU works with students with disabilities to provide experiences in the workplace. As a job coach for George so far, I've given him support. He became acclimated, I stepped back, and he showed independence.
Before we start here, I sort out the furniture and stuff, and I fix electronics, and I check to see if they work or not.
I think George is learning multiple things when he is communicating with customers, interacting with store staff, and as well with learning to either test an item, how to properly move items, and so that way when he goes to do it on his own, he's not hurting himself or having any injury.
I think that what we do at employU is important because it really provides the community with the opportunity to see how special these kids are and not highlight their disabilities, but to actually show their strengths and build off of that.
This is definitely where I want to be. This is where I feel that I'm making a difference. This is where I actually get to improve the lives and the self-confidence of our students, and the students are the future, so this job really allows me to step into that role.
The relationships we build with our customers and the businesses that they work in is one of the most important keys to success. We make sure that we get to know each person individually. It's our goal to provide them with the confidence that this is something within their reach and that they can do this.
The staff at employU has made my son feel confident. They're wonderful. They are so wonderful. When Keith started working with Seth, the way that Keith taught him was not by giving him orders, which Seth was never really good with. He let Seth figure it out for himself. But by doing that, he put the ball into Seth's court. Keith, he's amazing. He has been so, I'm gonna start crying.
Keith is always there for me, like a bodyguard.
That's the way Keith made him feel. I'm so thankful to him. I really am. He's like part of our family now.
There's nothing better than visiting a student on his last day of an OJT, discussing how that OJT went with him, what did he learn, how did he feel about the experience, and I got to tell you that most times I hear from our students, they say self-confidence and self-esteem.
Adam is a zoo interpreter in our Barnyard Buddies children's area, which is our petting zoo featuring goats, our llama Andre, our alpaca. His main responsibility is to interact with guests. Bree is our volunteer manager at the Central Florida Zoo, and she worked with Shireen, Adam's job coach, in order to set Adam up to be able to interact with guests at the zoo. So Bree has a full program for our volunteers that includes all the animal facts, things like that. So she and Shireen worked with Adam to go through that manual, to learn all the facts he needed and to learn the skills that he needed to interact with guests.
My favorite part is because you're around people.
So Adam's responsibilities include a variety of different things in our Barnyard Buddies. He works with guests so that they're properly feeding the animals. For a lot of kids that come to the Central Florida Zoo, they might not have ever fed or pet a goat or a llama before. So it's really important for our zoo interpreters to work with them because they might be very apprehensive.
My responsibilities are to help kids overcome their fears that want to pet the animals.
Adam really helps, especially younger guests, overcome that fear and realize that it's actually a really fun experience. It's really important that we're giving these students the life skills that are necessary for future employment. We find that's really important. We really cherish the relationship that we have with employU and continuing that in the future.
Why do I think Five Guys is a great environment for Adrian? It's a perfect place. We love to coach and teach people new things, especially somebody with a disability. We get the joy out of that. He is fun and energetic with us, and that always brings the great environment to our store, and that's what we always look for. The support that Adrian has with employU is that they come in and they work with him on hands-on, teach him if anything else needs to be coached on besides of what I teach him and coach him on, and they interact every day on while he comes in. So Adrian is always appreciative of everything that goes on in the store, especially with our turnaround that we have going on. He's always willing to learn new things and always accepts the new challenge that he is given.
ABC is very, very proud to be part of this program, and it's been so mutually beneficial. It has given us a sense of pride that we're able to give the students a place to come and learn skills on the job.
These guys have learned responsibility. They learned that this is a call center and they have to be quiet when they go through it. They've learned accountability. They understand that I am counting on them to do this job and do this job correctly. I want them to be ready for the real world, and that's my job, is to teach them. I'm here to support them and teach them to be ready for the real world where somebody like me is not going to be standing over them.
I think that it's important for them to realize their future, to realize their capacity, and by giving them an opportunity to learn a skill and a trade and treating them like a coworker, it also inspires them to have the work ethic that they're going to need to be able to go out in the community once they graduate and do these jobs and be productive and be self-reliant.
Here at Equine Rescue Adoption Foundation, we have great trainers, rehabilitate the horses, and the children from employU. They are learning so much about hard work and dedication, charitable giving, and caring for animals that are in need. Corey has made great growth. Over the course of the last month, he's made tremendous progress since he first started. We couldn't even get him to want to walk up to a horse, but now he absolutely loves being with the horses. Anthony, he is so super special. I just really love working with him. He is just such a joy. He is a hard worker. You can tell that he loves being here. It has been an absolute joy for me getting to be here with rescue horses that I absolutely love. And the children from employU, Anthony and Corey, have just really touched my heart in ways they have no idea. It just makes my day. I leave here with tears in my eyes.
Our volunteers fill in all the rest of the gaps. So everything that our staff can't do, volunteers do. That's why it was really great to have the group of employU come in, because once people get kind of like intertwined in our family and our niche and how our things are going, they really got to a point where it was like they didn't even need any help. They knew what they were doing, they knew where they were going, and I think that was probably one of the biggest changes, is they just really fell into the groove of things and learned how to navigate things by themselves, which was fantastic. Like, I love them so much. They come and they're energetic and they're happy and they bring this fantastic positive energy that makes everybody else around them happy too. I would totally have them come all the time. Those kids, new kids, any of them, just bring them our way. We love them.
We had a mom that was in communication with me before we had a program start, and she was concerned that her son would be very shy and he had been very withdrawn at home, so she was worried that he might find it difficult to interact.
Since Ethan started with the program and working at the UP Center, my son has just become more independent, and the changes have been like remarkable in such a short amount of time. He's become a little bit more confident, outgoing, and showing like more enthusiasm about being responsible in his everyday life. He wants to go ahead and look for a job. Most of the time when he would come home, he would just be like super excited about what he did. He felt like he was making a difference. He liked helping people was the greatest thing. One thing that he always strived with is his self-confidence, and I see him coming into his own and realizing that he has a lot to offer, not comparing him so much to everybody else. So that's been a really great thing, and I'm super proud of him for that, because that's something that me as a grown-up I struggle with, and to see him kind of come into his own that way is just great to see.
I work with an amazing, amazing team of individuals, from the job coaches to my coordinators to the directors. You can just tell that we're all in it for the students, that we're all here just because we want to see each and every one of our students reach their goals and feel like they matter and feel like they have something they can contribute, because they all have something.
When we're working with these young adults, we're changing lives. We're giving them something to look forward to. We're giving them hope past their disabilities.
I feel truly blessed to be a part of this program and a part of this company.
We are a very tight-knit group. It's very much of a family.
I think the biggest message that I would give any of my students is to keep on going and make sure that you know how fabulous I know that you are. So every time I see a student, I see the potential that they might have, and I want to make sure that they get to see that potential within themselves.
As they develop all of those soft skills and start interacting with people, it really turns their lives around. That's a very prideful moment for all of us here at employU.
I was blessed to be in this line of work because I get so much pride for my kids, and it just really makes my heart melt knowing that I've done something to help them.
I would like all of my students to know that they matter, that they can do anything that they set their minds to, and that they're important.
Some people fake like they care about you. In the few days I got to know her, she actually does care about the students, and I respect that and I appreciate that.
If somebody asked about the employee and didn't want to do it, I tell them to reconsider, because honestly it's a really good opportunity and get learning experience. It really has helped me to become more outgoing and get out of my shell.
Erica, thank you for helping me with the job training. Without your help, I don't know if I would ever found a job.
Well, to be honest, going over and doing a job over the summer, at first I was like, no, I want to keep my summer the way it is, and it was going to be all fun and such, but after a while I realized that sometimes you need to go over and do a job. Even if it's not what you like, it gave me job maturity and certain skills that I know I'm going to use in the future.
The most rewarding part of what we do is to actually see the students as they progress from one job site to the next. That's where we really see the greatest growth. Every student has the ability to work. We just have to give them that chance.